So I came into art at this moment where there's this pressure to be posting all the time on social media. I was coming into it from a point of almost feeling like even if I didn't have the skills, I had to be posting constantly. I had to be sharing whatever I was making, regardless of whether or not it was actually good. Sometimes I wouldn't even create something until I was starting to think, all right, yes, this is good enough for social media. I was filtering everything through this performative lens as opposed to a lens of, did I actually want to make this? I started to get into this rut of making art that I had absolutely no connection to. I would resent the comments I was getting on that art saying that it was good. I had no connection with the art I was making, no connection with my audience, no connection with the tools that I was using. I got to a point where I needed a break. I needed a massive break because I wasn't growing anything. I was just staying busy. I needed a hard stop. And in 2022, I stopped posting anything on any platform. I didn't post on Instagram. I didn't get onto TikTok. I wasn't posting on YouTube, no blogs, no Pinterest, no nothing. And I just stayed kind of to myself because I needed to build my own art practice. I needed to slow down and focus on what the craft of art is, what is illustration, what is surface pattern design, and how do I get good at it, because I definitely was not good at it. I needed new inspiration. I was only finding inspiration in the classes I was taking, which inevitably means that your work is going to look like the teachers of the classes that you were taking. For me, my taste is rooted in history, in ancient history. And when you looked at all my work, it was more scattered florals or cartoon characters. And neither of them really resonated with me. What I needed to do was find new inspiration. For me, that meant I looked in antique shops. I'm lucky living here in New England. There's like an antique shop every 2 seconds. Finding antique books and searching through them for inspiration has been huge for me. I was also really drawn to studying art. Before, I would hit a roadblock constantly when I'd have this idea of what I wanted to create, and then I'd reach that limit of where my skills actually were. Not only do I not have the skills to be able to finish this, I don't even have the idea of what the skills are that I need to be able to know to be able to finish it. What I've been doing since 2022 is rebuilding. Instead of having this focus on performative work, I've focused instead on trying to strike a balance between learning things and procrastinating. The other thing is that I am done with the idea of fast content and fast content creation. For me, essentially that meant I would only be posting on Instagram before. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to have to show up on a platform every single day, which is why I'm shifting towards the idea of platforms where showing up once a week is fine. It's about creating content on my own terms and then also allowing myself to create art on my own terms. The other thing I'm doing is trying harder to realize when I am slipping into that idea of, will this make good content? I still create things and think, well, I could do a mock-up of this and then I could post it on Instagram. It's a hard thing to stop yourself from doing, but I think it's a necessary thing if you're going to focus on your art and your craft as opposed to what other people like. And while it's great to build an audience and it looks good to have those vanity metrics, at the end of the day, if you're not making something that you like, then there's really no point in making something in the first place. My goals have shifted from creating performative art to creating art that I have a connection with. If you've ever felt like you're also making art for everyone else except for yourself, know that it's okay to stop and it's okay to rebuild everything from the ground up because not everything needs to be shared. And sometimes the most important work that you make is the work that you make for yourself and no one ever sees it.